So apparently, reading scripts as an actor is elitist. I saw a TikTok not too long ago, and the creator, who is also an actor, was talking about the expectation for actors to read scripts is an elitist thing, and that they knew a number of very successful actors that don't read scripts, choosing instead to consume creative material by watching films, watching TV, and going to the theatre. And whilst those things are very useful, there is something glaringly obvious that this creator is missing. And I wouldn't want you guys to miss it either, because hey, look, I actually want you to be successful within this industry. And the big thing that this creator and other actors are missing when they think that reading scripts is an elitist act is this. It's bullshit. Genuinely, this notion of being expected to read plays and scripts as an actor is utter tripe. It's nonsense. It's entitled, it's fear-mongering, and it's giving in to the assumption that if you find something difficult, then you shouldn't be doing it. And how dare anyone expect that of you? When in fact, it is a very necessary part of your process as an actor. Let me give you a comparison. Point shoes for ballet dancers. Now, at no point in the whole history of this industry is anybody screaming, oh no, the point shoes are elitist, just because some people struggle with it, or some people just don't like doing it. Meaning that the vast majority of dancers that don't dance on point are excluded from places like the Royal Ballet Company. Newsflash, that's the point. No pun intended. Audiences go to the ballet to see dancers dance on point because it is difficult, because it is something that they cannot do. It's creative and advanced and magical to watch. And you get to sit there and witness it and go, ooh and ah, because we know that the people that are in the company, that the people that are on stage are the best of the best. And that's exciting for us to see. And yes, there can be steps taken in inclusivity, diversity, and representation across the board. As long as you dance on point. It's the same with acting. It's not elitist to ask actors to read scripts. It is a requirement of the job. It's called actually having standards. Now, I know that there are teaching practices out there through drama schools or through coaches or through incredibly misguided individuals that say that you need to read scripts in order to retain the information. In order that you can quote fancy Shakespeare verses at dinner parties, or say, oh yeah, this playwright wrote this and in the play they did that and the character says blah blah fucking blah 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 blah. That doesn't matter. Paints this picture of the industry that we are so braggy and so superior and just posturing with the whole, ooh, look how creative my brain is. Look how many plays I've read and look how much I've remembered and look how much I love and am dedicated to my craft because I have committed to memory all of this shite. Would you like to hear a sonnet? I mean, Christ, that is insufferable. And people that spout that are hacks and have no right to be teaching anybody anything. But if you want to know the real reason why it is actually important for actors to be reading scripts as part of their process, then here you go. Firstly, reading scripts trains you to glean an imaginative response from nothing. A script, at the end of the day, is just words on a page. And it is our job as actors to bring it to life. That is with imagination and creativity. That is literally our job. And some scripts can be easier than others to find those clues and find that intention in them at first glance. I mean, have you read a film script? They are boring as fuck. And they seem so empty on the page, so lacking in any kind of creativity and imagination. But then you watch the final product, you watch the actual film with the music and the editing and the moody lighting and the performances, and you go, whoa, how the fuck did you get all of that from just those words on a page? And I will go ahead and I will give you a hint at the kind of creatives and the kind of actors that actually get hired onto a project like that. They were the actors and the creatives that are able to read scripts and create from them. They're able to read them, analyze them, delve really deeply into them, and create something out of, at first glance, very, very little. So the practice of reading scripts is to train that imagination muscle to get you into the process of reading and analysing and coming up with creative choices and then being able to execute them without the need for a director or a teacher or a coach or an ensemble to answer those questions for you, to collaborate alongside with you. It's all on you. And the audition process is all on you. You are alone. It is a lonely experience auditioning. So if you are wholly reliant on other people giving you your creative choices that you can't get just purely from a script, then you are going to have some problems. So the more and more you practice reading scripts for that specific reason to actually grow that imagination muscle, then the more successful you are going to be in auditions going forward. Secondly, you need to read scripts because actors deal with scripts. I mean, I can't believe I'm actually saying this. Scripts, words, language, communication. That's our fucking currency. And if you are not investing in the stock market of the acting world, then don't be surprised if when an investment opportunity, an audition, comes along and you don't have the skills or the tools to make a sound financial decision about them. Reading expands your vocabulary, your understanding of structure, of writing styles, the use of pauses and beats within the script that have been dictated by the writer. And you want to avoid that? You want to scream elitist from the roof just because you find it difficult. It's like saying that you want to be a lumberjack, but learning to use a chainsaw is elitist. Get in the fucking sea. Get in the fucking bin. And thirdly, the notion that, well, I just learn better by watching or listening rather than reading? Wrong. And there are two things on this. Firstly, the notion that you are going to get your own creative choices and your own organic thinking by watching other people make creative choices about the text that you are exploring is bullshit. It's never going to work because the creative decisions and choices have already been made by people other than yourself. So nothing about your creation is now going to be 100% organic and original because you've been colored by watching and witnessing, listening and watching other people make those decisions. But when you read a script, you have no other way of coming up with those creative choices other than what comes from yourself. And secondly, the idea that I just learned better in a certain way is also bullshit. It's not actually true for the most part. What you mean is you prefer to learn that way. Because watching a film is easier than reading a script. Watching a Shakespeare play is easier than reading a Shakespeare play. But it doesn't mean that the easier approach is going to get you better results. If anything, research has actually shown that the more challenging learning approach that you adopt, the better results you actually get in progression overall. So actually going with the learning style that doesn't come wholly naturally to you will help you in the long run. Is it comfortable? No. Is it always enjoyable? No. Neither is a prostate exam, but we know that that's good for you. Now look, in the end, do what the fuck you like because I'm not your mum. And I get it. I get that ADHD is a thing. I get that dyslexia is a thing. I get that not enjoying reading is a thing, but there is no getting around that reading texts, reading scripts are the beating heart of what we do as actors. We deal in words, we deal in scripts, we just do. Be like a lawyer saying, oh, I love my job apart from contracts. I can't deal with contracts. So if you actually want to do this, if you actually want to succeed in this industry, you've got to find a way of reading scripts, reading words on a page, and coming up with creative choices all by yourself. But there we go. Enjoy the rant. As always, like and subscribe and pass these videos on to a friend who may or may not enjoy a little ranty rant from time to time. But thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. And if you've got any questions or you want to comment on anything, then just pop it below. I'd love to hear from you. But until next time, bye.